It's time for a fun idea to use a large stamp flower. Hi there, it's Therese from Lostinpaper, and I've got the beautiful Builder Flower Peony from Altenew, and this is a very large layering flower. I want to share a fun idea to use a large flower on a card front, but first I'm going to do some stamping and make multiple flowers. I don't want to use all 3 layers, like the only layers I'm going to use are the middle and the top layer, so basically my base layer is going to be white. And to me this feels like it adds a highlight to my flower. I could have stamped it in a more pale colour, but I wanted it to be white just to change it up a little bit. So these are new stamps, and I just prepped my stamp with an eraser, and it's just a normal white rubber eraser, and I find this is the best and fastest way to condition my stamps. When I'm adding my Altenew ink, I like to kind of twist it and then tap, and because I'm using my Misty, I can see where it's not hitting the paper perfectly. I can just add that little bit of pressure and allow the ink, the dye ink, to seep into the paper, and the colour will even out a little bit over time as well. When I'm doing multiples, I just flip my cardstock around and I change up my colours too. So the colours I'm using today are the beautiful Sugar Plums set. So I'm using like a lighter, then a darker, and then a darker, and a darker one. Does that make sense? It doesn't matter what colours you use. If you want to change the look of your flowers to have one that's lighter and one that's darker, out of your groups of ink, stagger it. Because I'm only using 2 of the layers, I don't need all 4 inks, because most of the Altenew inks come in groups of 4. So just choose the lightest one maybe, and then the 3rd one in the 4. Then choose the 2nd lightest one, and then the final one, which is the absolute darkest. And it's going to give you a variety in the colours of your flowers. For the centre of my flowers, I've just used a couple of the Fall Harvest inks here. You can use whatever yellows you've got. Or browns would look nice as well, although I think most peony centres are yellow, if you can see them. There's usually that many leaves on them. So my idea today was, because these are such a large flower, I wanted them to kind of create a 3D dimensional look on my card. So basically I want to cover nearly the whole front of my card with these flowers. I'm only going to need 3. But I thought I might need quite a few leaves just to sort of bulk it out and build it up and get the look that I want. Because, the greens I used there, that was from the Greenfields set. Now because this is a Builder Flower set, it comes with coordinating dies. Thumbs up. Because we all love those. So I just did die cut all of those out. I didn't make you sit through all that. But as I was sort of layering my flowers on the front of the card, I thought it needed something else. So I grabbed a piece of real grey cardstock and thought I'd just create like a false frame in the background. And I'm just going to adhere this directly to the front of my card. And I think that, to me, just made a bit of difference with the framing of the flowers. You could certainly do it without this. You could cover the whole front of your card or do a couple of different colours if you want. I just really like grey, as you probably know. So I have used some foam dimensionals behind my cards. It's not. I have used some foam dimensionals behind my flowers. But what I've done is actually added some tape first to the back of the flower and then joined the leaves to them. And that way everything's going to be popped up and everything's going to be dimensional, and it's going to look like I've got this layer of flowers and leaves all over the front of my card in 3D, which is so cool. To sort the edges out, you might have noticed there, what I like to do is flip my card over, and if you use a long straight pair of scissors, I just keep, these are just the ones I use, I only use for paper, and sort of cut them along the edge of the card. I find that I get a really nice crisp edge that's equal to the card. I find it better than, say, using a guillotine trimmer. I have a guillotine trimmer. It's not my friend. I'm not very good with it at all. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I sit to craft. I would imagine if I was standing and crafting, I might have a better angle or pressure. I just kind of lose concentration. I think I move my cardstock as I'm cutting. It's not pretty. Right, for the sentiment, I thought I'd keep it simple. And I've stamped out the sentiments strip to one of the sentiments from that, which says, I just adore you. And I did it twice because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use. I have die cut them both with the featured sentiments die set, and one's quite a little bit thinner and one's thicker. That's the great thing about this die set, is there's lots of different lengths and 2 different widths, so it's really versatile. I'm using it all the time. And I went with the fatter one here, so I don't know. I think it looked better. What do you reckon? Is it a fatter? I probably should say wider. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this 3D card today and given you some ideas to use with your large floral images, and it's inspired you. If you haven't already, it'd be great if you could subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button to let me know that you did. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.